In the depths of human potential, there lies a hidden landscape that few dare to explore, the complex world of high intelligence. Many imagine intelligence as a golden ticket to success, a magical key that opens all doors. But the truth is far more nuanced, far more human. Intelligence is not a simple blessing, but an intricate journey filled with unexpected challenges that most people never see or understand. Imagine a mind that works differently, like a computer with too many open tabs, constantly processing, analyzing, and feeling everything around it with an intensity that can be both a gift and a burden. People with high intelligence often walk a delicate line between exceptional insight and profound struggle, carrying a weight that is invisible to the naked eye. They see patterns where others see chaos, feel emotions with a depth that can be overwhelming, and carry an internal world so rich and complex that it can sometimes feel like a blessing and a curse. The world celebrates intelligence as something purely positive, but the reality is far more complicated. High IQ is not just about solving complex problems or understanding difficult concepts. It's about experiencing life with a heightened sensitivity that can both illuminate and complicate every single moment. These individuals often find themselves navigating a landscape of inner complexity that can be isolating, confusing, and emotionally exhausting. Many people with high intelligence carry a secret pain, a sense of not belonging, of being fundamentally different from those around them. They may excel academically, yet struggle with the most basic social interactions. They might have the ability to solve intricate mathematical problems, but find themselves paralyzed by the emotional complexities of everyday relationships. Their mind becomes both their greatest strength and their most challenging terrain. The dark side of high intelligence reveals itself in ways that are rarely discussed. It's the constant overthinking, the relentless inner critic, the ability to see multiple perspectives that can lead to decision paralysis. It's the deep sensitivity that makes every criticism feel like a personal earthquake, every failure a potential catastrophe. These individuals often experience a profound loneliness, not because they lack social skills, but because their internal world is so rich and complex that few can truly understand its depth. If these words feel like they're pulling something inside you, let yourself respond gently, perhaps with a like or a quiet moment shared below. And if this journey resonates, stay with us. Follow our channel, and know that you are not alone in understanding the intricate landscape of your own mind. The complexity of high intelligence extends beyond intellectual capabilities. It touches every aspect of emotional experience. Those with high IQ often feel emotions more intensely, process information more deeply, and carry a heightened awareness that can be both a remarkable gift and an overwhelming challenge. They might appear calm on the surface, but beneath that exterior lies an ocean of thoughts, feelings, and observations that most people never glimpse. Their minds are like sophisticated machines that never truly switch off. Every conversation becomes an opportunity for analysis. Every interaction a potential source of deep reflection. They see layers of meaning where others see simplicity, understand nuances that remain invisible to most. This constant state of heightened awareness can be exhausting, creating a perpetual sense of being slightly out of sync with the world around them. These individuals often develop unique coping mechanisms. Some become masters of adaptation, learning to navigate social landscapes with a carefully constructed mask of normalcy. Others retreat into inner worlds of creativity, using their intellectual depth as a sanctuary from the overwhelming sensations of external reality. They might appear disconnected, when in truth, they're simply processing the world in a way that requires more time, more space, more understanding. The journey of understanding the hidden challenges of high intelligence continues, revealing layers of complexity that most people never consider. Intelligence is not a simple linear path of success, but an intricate network of neural connections that can both illuminate and complicate the human experience. Those with exceptional cognitive abilities often find themselves trapped in a paradoxical existence, simultaneously gifted and vulnerable, brilliant yet profoundly misunderstood. Imagine carrying a mind that processes information at such an intense speed that the world around you seems to move in slow motion. Every conversation becomes a complex algorithm, every social interaction a nuanced dance of interpretation and analysis. These individuals don't just hear words. They dissect them, understand their underlying meanings, and see the intricate web of emotions and motivations that most people never perceive. This heightened awareness is both an extraordinary gift and a profound challenge. The psychological landscape of high intelligence is riddled with unexpected emotional landmines. Perfectionism becomes a constant companion, a relentless inner voice that demands excellence in every single moment. These individuals often struggle with an intense fear of failure that goes far beyond typical performance anxiety. It's a deep-seated terror of not living up to their own potential, of somehow falling short of the extraordinary capabilities they know reside within them. Each mistake feels like a personal betrayal, each imperfection a devastating blow to their sense of self. Social connections become a particularly complex terrain for those with high intelligence. They often find themselves feeling like perpetual outsiders, too intense for casual relationships, too nuanced for surface-level interactions. Their ability to see multiple perspectives simultaneously can lead to a profound sense of isolation. They understand too much, feel too deeply, and see too clearly the complexities that most people prefer to ignore. This creates a unique form of loneliness, not from a lack of connection, but from the inability to find people who can match their depth of understanding. The emotional intensity that accompanies high intelligence is rarely discussed, yet it represents one of the most challenging aspects of this cognitive gift. These individuals experience emotions with a depth and complexity that can be overwhelming. A simple criticism can feel like an emotional tsunami. A minor setback can trigger profound existential questioning. Their minds are constantly working, constantly analyzing, constantly feeling, a state of being that can be both exhilarating and exhausting. If this reflection echoes something you've carried silently, you are not alone. Feel free to leave your thoughts or simply be here with us. And if you wish, subscribe and return when the path calls again. This is a journey of understanding, of recognition, of finding connection in the most unexpected places. Many with high intelligence develop intricate coping mechanisms that can appear counterintuitive to the outside world. Some become masters of underachievement, their fear of failure so intense that they prefer not to try at all. Others become hyperachievers, driven by an internal pressure to constantly prove their worth. Both responses are survival strategies born from the same root, a deep-seated fear of not being enough, of not living up to the potential that seems to burn so brightly within them. The cognitive complexity of these individuals extends beyond traditional measures of intelligence. They possess a form of emotional intelligence that is both a blessing and a burden. They can read rooms, understand unspoken tensions, and perceive the subtle emotional currents that flow beneath surface interactions. This ability to see and feel so deeply can be both a source of profound insight and overwhelming sensitivity. Their minds work like sophisticated prediction machines, constantly analyzing, anticipating, and processing information at a level that most people cannot comprehend. This creates a unique form of mental fatigue that goes beyond simple tiredness. It's an exhaustion that comes from constantly being aware, constantly processing, constantly understanding the multiple layers of every single experience. The world often misunderstands this form of intelligence, reducing it to simple numerical scores or academic achievements. But true intelligence is far more nuanced. It's the ability to see connections others miss, to understand the complexity of human experience, to find meaning in the most unexpected places. It's about curiosity, adaptability, and the courage to continue learning and growing, even when the path is challenging. The human mind becomes a landscape of profound complexity when intelligence reaches beyond conventional boundaries. There are moments of darkness that few dare to acknowledge, internal struggles that remain hidden behind carefully constructed facades of capability and calm. High intelligence is not a shield against human suffering. Often, it becomes the very instrument that intensifies emotional pain, creating labyrinths of thought from which escape seems impossible. Imagine a mind so acute that it can dissect every moment, every interaction, every potential outcome with surgical precision. This is not a gift of simple problem solving, but a profound ability to see the intricate webs of human complexity that most people never perceive. Such minds do not simply think. They deconstruct, they analyze, they feel with an intensity that can be both a remarkable blessing and a devastating curse. The world becomes a constant stream of information, emotions, and potential scenarios, each demanding attention, each carrying the weight of potential understanding or misunderstanding. Trauma and high intelligence create a particularly challenging psychological terrain. These individuals often develop extraordinary coping mechanisms that can appear both brilliant and deeply wounded. Their ability to understand complex emotional landscapes becomes both a tool of survival and a source of profound internal conflict. They may intellectualize their pain, creating elaborate explanations that protect them from raw emotional experience, or they may become so deeply aware of their own psychological mechanisms that genuine healing becomes incredibly challenging. The internal world of a highly intelligent person is like an endless maze of thoughts, where every corridor leads to multiple potential interpretations. Every door opens to new layers of understanding. This constant state of mental exploration can be exhausting. They carry within them an entire universe of potential experiences, potential conversations, potential outcomes, a burden that most people cannot comprehend. Each moment becomes a complex negotiation between what is, what could be, and what might never be. Relationships become particularly challenging territories for those with exceptional cognitive abilities. Their depth of understanding can be both attractive and overwhelming. They see through social facades, understand unspoken tensions, and perceive emotional nuances that others miss entirely. This creates a unique form of isolation, not from a lack of desire to connect, but from the profound difficulty of finding individuals who can match their level of emotional and intellectual complexity. The pursuit of excellence becomes a double-edged sword. These individuals are often driven by an internal pressure so intense that it borders on self-destruction. Perfectionism is not just a trait, but a complex psychological mechanism that can paralyze potential, create profound self-doubt, and generate cycles of intense anxiety. Every achievement becomes not a moment of celebration, but another benchmark against which future performance will be measured, another potential opportunity for perceived failure. Mental health for highly intelligent individuals is not a simple linear path. Depression, anxiety, and existential questioning become intricate psychological landscapes that they navigate with both remarkable insight and profound vulnerability. Their ability to understand their own psychological mechanisms does not necessarily translate into the ability to heal or overcome them. Understanding becomes both a weapon and a wound, a tool of protection and a source of endless internal conflict. The world rarely sees the hidden struggles beneath the surface of high intelligence. Society celebrates intellectual achievement while remaining profoundly ignorant of the emotional complexity that accompanies it. These individuals often learn to mask their internal struggles, creating elaborate external personas that protect them from misunderstanding, from judgment, from the potential rejection that comes from revealing their true depth of experience. The journey of understanding the complex landscape of high intelligence reaches its most profound moment of transformation. What once seemed like a burden, this intricate, intense way of experiencing the world, begins to reveal itself as a remarkable pathway to genuine self-understanding and personal growth. Intelligence is not a fixed destination, but a continuous journey of discovery, of learning to embrace both the light and the shadows within oneself. Every challenge that once felt overwhelming becomes a potential source of strength. The same mind that created intricate labyrinths of overthinking can now become a powerful instrument of healing, of understanding, of genuine transformation. Those with exceptional cognitive abilities possess a unique capacity to rewrite their internal narratives, to transform pain into profound wisdom, to turn their deepest vulnerabilities into their most remarkable strengths. Healing begins with acceptance, a radical understanding that intelligence is not about being perfect, but about being authentically human. It means recognizing that the same depth that once created suffering can now become a source of extraordinary compassion. These individuals learn to see their intense way of experiencing the world not as a curse, but as a unique lens through which they can understand themselves and others with remarkable clarity. The transformation is not about eliminating the challenges of high intelligence, but about learning to dance with them. It's about understanding that overthinking can be redirected into creative exploration, that sensitivity can become a profound source of empathy, that the ability to see multiple perspectives can be a remarkable tool for personal and collective growth. Each perceived weakness becomes a potential source of strength when approached with genuine self-compassion and understanding. Personal growth for highly intelligent individuals becomes a journey of radical self-acceptance. They learn to create internal spaces of safety, to develop compassionate relationships with their own minds. The same analytical abilities that once created endless cycles of self-criticism can now be used to build supportive internal dialogues, to understand their own patterns with kindness and nuance. Relationships transform as these individuals learn to bridge the gap between their internal complexity and external connections. They discover that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a profound strength. The depth of understanding they carry becomes a gift. Not something to hide, but something to share carefully, intentionally, with those who can appreciate its true value. The world begins to look different. What once seemed like insurmountable challenges become opportunities for growth, for understanding, for creating meaningful connections. Intelligence becomes less about intellectual achievement and more about the capacity to grow, to feel, to connect, to understand the intricate dance of human experience. If this story helped you see a part of yourself more clearly, leave a trace, a comment, a decision to walk with us. Subscribe, and let this space be part of your own healing. This is not just a journey of understanding intelligence, but a journey of understanding oneself, complex, beautiful, constantly evolving. The final revelation is both simple and profound. High intelligence is not a destination, but a continuous journey of becoming. It is the ability to look deeply, to feel intensely, to grow continuously. Every challenge becomes a teacher. Every moment an opportunity to understand oneself and the world with greater depth and compassion. The darkness that once seemed overwhelming now becomes a source of light, a pathway to genuine self-discovery. Those who walk this path learn that true intelligence is not about having all the answers, but about having the courage to keep asking questions. It's about maintaining curiosity, embracing vulnerability, and understanding that growth is a continuous, beautiful process of becoming more fully human.